Alright. Scientists have found the oldest known human fossils. The 300,000-year-old bones and blah 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 blah. Surprising. Okay, you guys see this, right? You see this, right? Okay. Shubala, 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 shubala. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here now. Let me show y'all something. Alright. Let me show y'all something, man. Let me show y'all something, man. I'm gonna show y'all something, man. What does this say? The father of all men, 340,000 years old. 340,000 years old. Sploosh. Albert Perry carried a secret in his DNA on colon, a Y chromosome so distinctive that it reveals no information about the origin of our species. It shows that the last common male ancestor down to the paternal line of our species is over twice as old as we thought. Perry, recently deceased, was an African American who lived in South Carolina. Okay. Let's focus on the American, alright? Focus on the American. That's all I want to show you. Let's focus on the American. Okay? That's all. Let's focus on that.
Ever heard of Louis Agassiz? Because, as you can see here, let me just zoom in a little bit. Alright? This is Louis Agassiz. Again, geological sketches. 1866, this version of it. And we're going to go right to, basically, it's right in the beginning almost. And it says here, contents, page 1, volume 1, America the Old World. America the Old World. Again, firstborn among the continents. First born among the continents. Though so much later in culture and civilization than some more recent birth, America, so far as her physical history is concerned, has been falsely denominated the New World. Again, has been falsely denominated the New World. This is not the New World. This is the true Old World. Hers was the first dry land lifted out of the waters. Hers, the first shore washed by the ocean that enveloped all the earth beside. And while Europe, listen to this, while Europe was represented only by islands rising here and there above the sea. Oh, sorry about that. America already stretched in an unbroken line of land from Nova Scotia to the far west. Again, America, the Old World.
And I want you to know this part of our history because people...
Okay.
Alright, and what is Augustus telling us? Right? That all the leading geologists now agree, not just one, all the leading geologists now agree in the opinion that America is the oldest known continent on the face of the planet. That the fossil remains of human beings found in various parts of it, far distant from each other, prove that man lived there in times immemorial, and that we have not the slightest ray of light to illumine the darkness that surrounds the origin of those primeval men. Alright? We got in the past videos, right? How they're finding human bones in these deep layers, right? They're supposed to be millions of years old, right? Alright, so at this time, all geologists knew this was the real oldest continent. The oldest known continent.
Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Do y'all understand? Do you even understand what I'm trying to tell you?
It's called Civilization and the Ancient Egyptians by Katanga Bongo. The idea that it was Europeans who introduced civilization to Africa is one of the biggest historical myths. In fact, evidence from archaeology, oral history, traditional languages, and cultural practices strongly indicate that it was the South American Indians. Again, the South American Indians who introduced civilization to Africa. Who introduced civilization to Africa? According to this researcher, South American Indians. Some 7,000 years ago, long before the Greek and Roman civilizations emerged, the South American Indians had introduced civilization to Africa, thereby making Africa the second continent in the world to become civilized. Spurred on by their South American Indian guests, the Africans built great empires that lasted for several thousand years at a time.
Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Do you understand? I have to keep going. Do you understand?
Alright? The conclusion is unavoidable that the oldest civilization was in the Yucatan and Central America. Alright? Again, the Kansas City Journal in 1896 wrote this. They're telling you that if you really do the research and you start compiling all this information, all this evidence, it's unavoidable. Alright? That the oldest civilization was in the Yucatan and Central America. Future discoveries may change this conclusion. It seems that Egypt was first peopled by immigrants from the Yucatan. Say what?
Say what? That's not so. That can't be right. That cannot be right.
Alright? The conclusion is unavoidable that the oldest civilization was in the Yucatan and Central America. Alright? Egypt was first peopled by assertion. First, the pyramids of Yucatan are some of them much larger than any found in Egypt. Alright? Much larger than any found in Egypt. That of Cheops, not accepted. Alright? And Giza. Second, the pyramids of Egypt bear structural evidence of having been modeled on those of Yucatan, notably of the one at Coloma, which covers 23 acres. Third, the early Egyptians in the Mayas of Yucatan had the same system of reckoning time, but the Mayas developed a system that was far superior. Again, we got that in the Foreign Quarterly Review, right? Far superior or excelled, in which antedates that of Egypt is older than Egypt. Alright? Fourth, the Mayas manufactured cement that was of the same material as that of ancient Egypt. Fifth, the architecture of Yucatan is of the same general type as that of an ancient Egypt, but it is finer and seems to have been the model that the Egyptians attempted to imitate. They attempted to imitate our models from here, America. Six, the art of both countries, as displayed in their ceramics.
Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Or you don't get it yet? Y'all don't get it yet, right? Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it.
The Egyptians, according to Herodotus, boasted that their ancestors in the lands of the West, alright, were the oldest men on earth. Alright? Quote Herodotus. Go research that. He's telling you that the Egyptians, their ancestors in the lands of the West. So if you're in Africa, America's to the West. We're the oldest men.
You know, that's just to show you a thing, you know. Yeah. Okay.